Today we are in Phoenix, Arizona, visiting Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. It is one of the biggest airports in the nation with over 44 million annual passengers traveling through every year. And that's why in 2013, Phoenix opened Sky Train, which is automated people mover that moves people between the terminals and also connected to public transit and the city. This is the first station, and train can go from here to Consolidated Rent-A-Car facility on the other side of the airport in under 13 minutes. This project is very personal to me. Back 15 years ago, I had a job interview at HOK, and at the time, I already accepted another offer, and I wasn't really going to take the job. And Jen Harmon, who interviewed me, who was the director of HR at the time, she tried to convince me to take the job. And I asked what kind of project I would be involved. And she said, oh, most likely it will be automated people mover at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. And I said, what? People mover? It's a carpet like this, right? What kind of project is that? It's a very tiny project. And she said, no. People mover is not a carpet that moves people. That's automated train on a guideway, and you will be project architect on one of the stations at Terminal 4. That was a pivot point in my career because I accepted this job, and since then I'm specializing in aviation, and I really love it. This is the first train station. It connects airport to Metro Valley Rail, stations 44th Street and Washington Street. Since this station was opened back in 2013, general public can travel from downtown Phoenix to the airport by public transit. You design the building, architect is elite, and architect would coordinate all other consultants such as structural, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, civil. But in this project, as in any automated people mover, typically structural engineers are the lead because the project includes not only buildings but the guideway and supports and also roadways and utilities and a lot of other components. In the beginning, this train was supposed to go underground, and even total budget for this project is $1.6 billion. We were too much over budget, and decision was made to redesign it and build it above the ground on a guideway. One of very important requirements when you design public spaces is to incorporate public art. And of course, City of Phoenix wanted us to incorporate a lot of public art in the stations. And we decided to invite different artists to design the flooring. Terrazzo is a really great material when it comes to public places. It consists of epoxy matrix that's just a kind of surface material, and you can incorporate concrete or glass, marble or granite or any kind of stone. Just crash it in and incorporate in the matrix, and you end up with very colorful flooring. In addition, it's a very low, thin layer on top of a concrete. And for this project, originally we specified to put topping slab over custom placed structural concrete to have it perfectly flat, but of course it was value engineered, and the terrazzo you see, it's 3/8 of an inch layer on top of the structural concrete, and we were concerned that it will have a sagging in between the columns, but honestly when you look at the flooring right now, it looks really good, and I believe it was a great idea to value engineer the stopping slab. It's not really required, and I really love the way it turned out. Originally, this station was supposed to be enclosed and air-conditioned, but we went too much above the budget and we had to go back and value engineer it. Ironically, it was much more difficult to achieve LEED Gold certification for the station that's open to the element compared to air-conditioned. And now it's open to the element. Everywhere in the world, when you order tea, you would automatically get this, which is a hot tea that you brew after you order it. Everywhere, but not in Phoenix. If you arrive to Phoenix Sky Harbor on a summer morning and order tea, all you get is this, which is an iced tea. Because Phoenix is so hot in summer, it's almost unbearable, and nobody would ever order hot tea. This brings me really good memories because I used to fly from Los Angeles to Phoenix Sky Harbor and back once a week for 2 years as a project architect on Terminal 4 train station for automated people mover. The ceiling above is called baffled ceiling. Now you can find this in public spaces and offices all over the place. But back in 2008, when we specified it, it was unusual product and we couldn't find any off the shelf. So we had to contact different manufacturers to find someone who can make it for us. It is very convenient because you can see the space above and you can locate the air slots and lights in between, so you don't have to frame to each individual light or each individual air diffuser, and it becomes more economical. At the same time, for the large scale spaces, it gives you appearance of plane without actually building the solid surface. Wrapped inside and outside with metal panels. Our structural engineer asked us not to use the screws but use a different detailing called clamps, when you just clamp the structure and attach the metal panels this way. It was very unusual detailing, but it came out to look very nice. Our client airport was very concerned that all the materials used will be very durable and the project would look brand new for many years. And one of the concerns was that people riding the escalators up and down, they scratch the walls. So we found these metal panels that look very durable, and you can see behind me on the bottom the panels have these horizontal stripes. Those are durable panels that you cannot do graffiti or very difficult to scratch, and up above is just regular panels. Rainwater is the architect's enemy because you have to remove it from the building and you don't want downspouts and roof gutters be visible everywhere throughout the project. So we always try to hide it. And on this project, we put downspouts behind the structural columns, and one column has roof drain and the next one has an overflow drain. To save construction cost, I designed a very complicated path where a lot of overflow drains and road drains, they merge to one, go through the concrete column. Later on, we got a lot of complaints from facilities management, who was saying because so many overflow drains merge into one, when it's leaking, it's very hard to say which portion of the roof is actually leaking. So for anybody designing overflow drain, I would recommend don't merge them so much and make it intuitively very easy to understand which overflow drain reflects which segment of the roof. Otherwise, you would have to fix all drains once you see the leak, and it defeats the purpose of overflow drains. This is Terminal 3 station at Automated People Mover Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. And originally the station was supposed to be parallel to the terminal, but when we tried to locate the columns, there were so many utilities on the ground, and to avoid these utilities and meet the tight schedule, we decided to shift the station away from the terminal. And the end of the station is the beginning, and you will see behind me is the bridge connected the terminal and the station. Architectural element behind me called vertical circulation core. It consists of exit stairs and elevators. And what you see is metal panels, but behind is a CMU wall. We decided to use CMU wall so it would be easier to connect the stair flights to the walls. All the way through construction documents, we had problems with this design because the station is elevated quite high above the ground, and the weight of CMU required additional structural engineering. And I would recommend use steel framing and the metal studs to enclose elevator, and do not use CMU if your vertical circulation core is not touching the ground. This is the last stop for Automated People Mover at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. It brings you all the way to Conrack, which is consolidated rent-a-car facility, where you can rent a car from brand of your choice and travel away without ever going ground transportation. If you ever visit Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, I would definitely recommend to use a SkyTrain.